It's Thursday in this Passion Week, a day where Jesus, I imagine, is experiencing both joy and sorrow. It's Passover, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, a time of eating and drinking together, as every generation previously had done, since God instructed Moses in the book of Exodus. Every year, a tradition Jesus knew well. When I was traveling, whenever my time was drawing to its end, one of my most beloved and one of the saddest things was having a meal or coffee with a friend. The joy of time together and the sorrow of knowing what was coming, an end, a goodbye. The community I belonged to was a gift that I didn't want to let go of, let alone no longer be a daily part of. Life is full of these moments, joy and sorrow hand in hand. I could not experience true joy if I did not understand the sorrow of its potential loss. As we read the story of Jesus sharing in this Passover meal with his friends, his 12 disciples, the scripture states that Jesus is reclining around the table, the posture of comfort and relaxation. Yet he does so knowing that someone there will betray him. Knowing these things must have been unbearable and heartbreaking. And yet, knowing there was nothing to be done, he showed up and embraced the celebration of Passover in an imperfect community. One of the last demonstrative lessons and impartations of wisdom is found in this retelling of events. This Passover meal was not intended to be as always, but as a reminder of gathering together and remembering Jesus, which I'm sure in some ways was confusing to the disciples, even though Jesus was preparing them for what was to happen to him as the Son of God. In Luke 22:19, Jesus implores the disciples to do this in remembrance of me. In other words, to not give up on meeting together in community, taking communion together. One of the things I particularly loved about living in England was how easy it was to live in community with others. Distance was not like it is here. Gathering and sharing meals or coffees in large groups was simple, accessible, and it bonded me with others in a way many other things didn't quite do. Sometimes it is what I long for the most. Time around a table with friends, eating, sharing, and laughing, reclined and relaxed. I experienced in real time what Jesus is saying to his disciples. As believers, as Christians, we have this gift of being united wherever we are, whatever country, city, town, or village you find yourself in, this gift of community is available, of gathering together and sharing something so profoundly beautiful. I love the thought that Jesus, although knowing he would be leaving, left encouraging the idea of community and gathering together. Jesus could have easily opted out on sharing Passover together because of his knowledge on the pain of what was to come, but instead he showed up and he enjoyed these moments together, even in the presence of the one who would betray him. Sharing wisdom and insight they soon fully would understand. He didn't waste a moment of that opportunity to be together, even though it was also painful. Joy and sorrow and the gift of togetherness. Please come and join us this Easter Sunday at 10 a.m. at Dresden Community Church.